So hello guys, welcome to Meka school. Today we are going to solve a really interesting factorial and permutation problem. So I am going to solve now. First of all, I want to break down these questions, the upper one and the lower one. So we can compare it to permutation formula. We know that we know permutation formula is NPR equal n factorial divided by n minus r factorial. So similarly here 2n plus 1 is n and n minus 1 is r. So comparing this formula we can write 2n plus 1 factorial divided by 2n plus 1 minus n minus 1. 2n plus 1 minus r means n minus 1, n minus 1 factorial. Now 2n plus 1 factorial divided by 2n plus 1 minus n minus minus plus 1 minus n plus 1 factorial. 2n plus 1 factorial divided by 2n minus n, that means n plus 1 plus 1, that means 2 factorial. We can write it as a 2n plus 1 factorial, that means we can write it 2n plus 1 and 2n factorial. Why? Because we know that 7 factorial equal 7 multiplies 6 factorial. So in next line we can write 6 factorial as a 6 multiply 5 factorial. Similarly, like this we can write 2n plus 1 factorial, that means 2n plus 1 and times 2n factorial. Similarly, n plus 2 factorial write as a n plus 2 into n plus 1 factorial. Here 2n factorial write as a 2n and 2n minus 1 factorial, and n plus 1 factorial write as a n plus 1 n factorial. Here n factorial write as a n into n minus 1 factorial. So here n cancel out, here remain 2 2n plus 1, here 2n minus 1 factorial divided the value of 2n plus 1 permutation n minus 1 equals now the next part is 2n minus 1 permutation n. We can break down it similarly. So now 2n minus 1 permutation n, we can write it npr. So we know the formula is npr formula is n factorial divided by n minus r factorial. So you can write it n factorial, that means 2n minus 1 factorial, 2n minus 1 factorial. Here n minus r, that means 2n minus 1, 2n minus 1 minus n factorial. So this is 2n minus 1 factorial, and here is n minus 1 factorial. So now we can write the question. So the question was these things. Now Now we should put value of this term. So the value of 2n plus 1 permutation minus 1 is here. Here is 2 divided by the value of 2n minus 1 permutation n. So the values 2n minus 1 factorial divided by n minus 1 factorial equal 3 by 5. We can write 2n plus 1, 2n minus 1 in up. So whenever multiply, the denominator is on up n minus 1 factorial and this below down 2n minus 1 factorial equals 3 by 5. So here this cancel out, this cancel out, here remain 2 2n plus 1 divided by n plus 2 n plus 1 equal 3 by 5. Now cross multiply this 5, that means 10 2n plus 1, here 3 multiply this term 3 n plus 2 n plus 1, then this is 10 multiply 2n, that means 20n plus 10 equal 3. N multiply n is n square plus n plus 2n plus 2. So 20n plus 10 equal 3n square plus 3n plus 3 multiply to 6n plus 3 multiply to 6. So here 3n square plus 3n plus 6n plus 6, bring them to in one side. So 21 is minus 20n plus 10 is minus 10 equal 0. Now here 3n square plus 3n plus 6n plus 9 and minus 20n. So that means minus 11n plus 6 minus 10. That means minus 4 equal 0. So we can factorize these terms. So we can write 3n square minus 11n. We can write it 12n plus n, because 12n plus n, that means 11n minus 4 equal 0. So common 3n, here remain n minus here remain 4n plus here common 1, so n minus 4, so here 4 equal 0. Now n minus 4 is common, here remain 3n plus 1 equal 0. So n minus 4 equal 0 and another term is 3n plus 1 equal 0. So here n equal 4 or 3n plus 1 is equal minus 1. So divided by 3. So n equal minus 1 by 3. Now what is the answer? Is n equal 4 or n equal 1 minus 1 by 3 or both? No. Here only answer is n equal 4, because in permutation negative is not countable. So only positive is granted. So n equal 4 is the answer. And our question is, and our answer is